Boy, the streaming wars are getting annoying. Hey everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur. Welcome to my media channel, and we're going to talk about the story. The streaming wars are going to be heating up more, and it's going to get a lot more annoying for people who are not like me and thus are certifiably sane people. I myself am certifiably insane. I subscribe to virtually all the streaming platforms for the most part. There's a couple exceptions here and there, but for the most part, yeah, this news story will not affect me, but I know it is going to affect a lot of people. However, before we discuss what's going on and how it might affect you, please consider subscribing to our channel, The Entrepreneur Media. We would like to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I think it's possible. We talk about streaming, physical media, and all that jazz. So, and there's a random vlog here and there. We once in a while do unboxings. It's been a while since I've done an unboxing. Anyway, not the point. This is the point, though. Comcast's NBCUniversal near deal to shift content to Peacock from Hulu. As you all know, Comcast has a new streaming platform called Peacock, and they are going to be shifting that content that they had on Hulu to Peacock. Now, there's a few reasons they're doing this. First of all is the obvious one. They have their own platform. Why wouldn't they move their content over to Peacock? They want people to subscribe to that content, or that service, I should say. That's why they do really strange things like, hey, you know that Marry Me movie with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez? That's completely stupid in its execution, but darn is it charming because those two actors are really good with one another. Yeah, we would normally easily be able to claim the #1 spot this weekend at the box office with 30-40 million because it's Valentine's Day weekend. But nah, put that stuff on Peacock at the same time. That way, the people who like to Netflix and chill, well, maybe they can Peacock, chill, and then they can really chill. They don't even have the opportunity to drive home and lose the romance, if you know what I mean. But another reason this is probably happening is because of the Disney factor. Hulu used to be an equal ownership opportunity between all the major companies. No one company owned a majority stake, but once Disney bought 20th Century Fox, then guess what happened? Disney acquired Fox's stake in Hulu and became the majority owner. And now, not only does Disney get to call the shots, not only do they get to prioritize their own content, but all these other studios, why would they put their stuff on Hulu? It's going to benefit Disney more than anyone else. And so they're slowly starting to move over, and I guess Comcast is one of the first companies to so publicly state so. Let's check out this article from the Wall Street Journal. Comcast Corp's NBCUniversal is finalizing a plan that would drastically change its partnership with Hulu, shifting high-profile programming to its own Peacock streaming platform, according to people familiar with the matter. Starting this fall, new episodes of shows like The Voice, Saturday Night Live, and American Auto would no longer be available on Hulu soon after they air as a result of that plan, they said. NBCUniversal has taken many steps recently to strengthen Peacock, which has struggled to establish itself in a crowded environment. Although I'm gonna just point this out. I don't know if this is still a thing, but I had my Amex Gold card, signed up for a year for Peacock, and they gave me $50 back. So it costs $50 for Peacock for a year. That's a good price for most streaming services. So, and you have Amex cards out there, check to see if that's still a thing. But anyway, continuing. The move would also be the latest indication of the challenging relationship between Hulu's co-owners, Walt Disney Company and NBCUniversal, which went from streaming partners to direct competitors in recent years. Comcast, which owns a third of Hulu, launched Peacock, I can't talk today, less than 2 years ago today, while Disney, which owns the rest, introduced Disney Plus in late 2019. The two new services have had varying fortunes. Disney on Wednesday said Disney Plus had nearly 130 million subscribers globally, while NBCUniversal last month had over 9 million people were paying for Peacock, of which I'm one of them, I suppose, which is available free of charge to subscribers of Comcast and other cable providers. Peacock also offers a no-frills ad-supported version that is free to anyone. And by the way, that free version, that is not where you can watch Marry Me. You have to be paying for Peacock and able to stream Marry Me. So anyway, the rest of this article is basically talking about the history, how Universal has until Friday to inform Disney of plans regarding the Hulu content, and how basically Peacock is trying to really establish themselves and they are struggling. And look, it is a struggle. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, it's called the streaming wars for a reason. There are a ton of streaming platforms now, and there's a lot of content, and how are you going to get people to subscribe to those streaming platforms? I mean, this is like this is just one of the big questions, and so it makes sense that NBCUniversal, or Comcast, I guess it's Comcast, they want people to sign up for Peacock, they're struggling. Hey, I know this Hulu service that people subscribe to, let's take this off that platform and put it on our own. Not only would we not be giving Disney any money, but we will be able to get people to sign up for our own platform. Or can they? See, I think people are already getting fatigued from the streaming wars. Take my Aunt Mary, for example. She subscribes to Netflix, and she is not interested at all in signing up for another platform. From her perspective, she cut out cable for Netflix. She cut the cord because she did not want to spend $100 a month on TV. She just did not want to do that. So she signs up for Netflix. Now, maybe she could stretch her budget and get a second one. Maybe Hulu would have been her option because it has a little bit from everyone, but then you find out, oh yeah, these shows that you like watching, they're going to move to this other app and it's exclusive. So she just will not do it. And I can't say I blame her. I can't say I blame a lot of people. Now, I don't believe that piracy is the answer. People who say, hey, if you start putting stuff on other platforms and you start making me pay for it, I'm just going to steal it. You know what? No, I am not okay with that. I do not think you are justified in doing that. I think that's a petty argument, and it's so childish. It's basically like saying, like, give me what I want, how I want it, when I want it, and if you say that you're not going to do it, I'll just take it from you. No. That is a very 6th grade bully mentality. I do not agree with it. But there is a realistic expectation that people might only be able to subscribe to a few of these services at one time. So look, I know that Comcast, I know people watch The Voice, I know people watch New Amsterdam. Heck, my parents, they will definitely be feeling it if The Voice moves from Hulu to Peacock, because that's how they watch The Voice. They watch it on Hulu. Is The Voice popular enough, and is it worth enough for my parents to sign up for Peacock if it makes that move? I don't know. And then there's a question, are these shows going to be blocked behind the paywall? Because you know what? Here's the thing. If NBC moves this stuff to Peacock, but you can still watch it, you just have to watch some ads and it's free for you at that point, then maybe this isn't a terrible idea. But if they move all of their hit Hulu shows over to Peacock and they paywall them, like, oh, you want to see the new season of This Is Us? You gotta pay us. That is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And at least I'm not convinced that a lot of people would sign up for Peacock just for these shows. I don't know, but you're going to start seeing more moves like this, especially for companies that have their own streaming service. Heck, there's a lot of anime on Hulu right now that I suspect will get pulled because it's on Funimation now and Crunchyroll. And Sony has that monopoly, and maybe they'll be like, you know, we don't want to give Disney the anime dollars. We want to push the anime fans into Crunchyroll and Funimation now. That's basically the services that they have anyway. I know there's High Dive that AMC recently bought, but, you know, we'll have to see how that works out. So eventually there's going to be a breaking point. And we're going to start seeing streaming services merge or close down. And I think Sony might actually be like the most right out of everyone. Sony basically looked at the playing field and said, well, let's see, we've got Disney, Netflix, Apple, and NBC and AMC. And, you know, why don't we just sell people the movies? Why don't we license them out? And then when the deal runs out, then we will relicense them. We will re-up the negotiations. That's probably the best way to do this, but we will have to see exactly where this all leads. In the meantime, I'd like to know, what do you all think about this? This probably doesn't surprise you, but how do you feel about it? Does it make you upset? Are you going to sign up for Peacock to watch these shows once they leave Hulu? I would love to know. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.